Welcome to Industrial Design Ecologies in Semester 1, 2023. Traditionally, ecologies would have been all about the environment, the flora and the fauna. But I think about 20 or 30 years ago, something happened to the idea of ecology and it sort of got marginalized and thrown away into a corner. And then the new bad boy on the block was sustainability. And for a long time, it became a political charter of politicians sort of arguing about climate change and various kinds of things. But the question always was, what does a designer do in this kind of place? I mean, every human, every citizen has to do something in the space of ecologies. But what does the designer do, which is quite unique? And there are lots of different ways for you to answer that question. A noisy little child with prams being rolled past. So I'm in the south of France, in Montpellier. It's cold and I'm sitting on steps in a laneway. I'll show you the laneway before I end the video. So to come back to the notion of ecologies, so if you go and look at the original intent of ecologies, it was about the planet, it was about ecologies in the environment, but much more than that, it is about a cohabitation on the planet where we are not the apex predator eating all the other species, but we've got a completely different way of looking at it. We are not the ones, spreading concrete and tarmac on the road to completely despoil the pristine landscape, but there is something completely different. And just like that, last week, way after these tutorials had been formed, was it last week? A couple of days ago, actually. I'm going to put it in announcements. If you've got a bit of French, that's for local colour. So there is a little article about Black Mountain College in the UK, which is saying that I think we've got too much of an obsession with content and ecology and science. It's time for activism. So how do you build the soul and the DNA of activism in the individual? So what does a designer do in this space of ecologies? We're offering you two opportunities, and let's say both of them are slightly dangerous. You would have read the blurbs. So would you become an activist looking at the 80% of the population who are the others, who don't live in cities, who are not the top 5% of the affluent of the planet? Would you acknowledge the fact that people have agency, that they can rewire and rehack their bodies, and once they've done that, they can sort of, using the same tools, hack what is known as the sort of their local ecology, their private ecology, the global ecology? Can't wait. I'm already very excited about this tutorial, and whoever conceived of this is genius. So that's the street where I am. Salut. Catch you sometime later.